freedom, equality, justice, education, diversity, change. This is Hip Hop Meets Politics.
That felt good, didn't it? It made me feel good.
Whatever. This dude.
You know I'm wild.
Thanks for tuning in to Hip Hop Meets Politics. I am your host, the Vegas Don. And in the cut over there is my co-host, Doug Dizzle. See, I am the politician, but hip-hop is king. What's up, Doug Dizzle?
Always, man. You know I have to throw the thriller laugh up. I love the thriller laugh.
Me too,
thriller
man.
Laugh is cool.
I miss Michael.
Next week's podcast, we're going to talk about the biggest stories in hip-hop and politics of 2019. So that should be good. The year-end countdown, right?
Yeah.
You're going to do hip-hop. I'm going to do politics.
Yep.
We're going to go hard. Boy, you can't wait to get into this Trump thing, right? I see you. I see the look on your face, bro.
The audience out there, man, the hip-hop audience, y'all already know what it is.
Really? Okay. Let's see. All right, time for Straw Stories, man. Let's go into some more really fun stories, sometimes not as fun. Last week, you were giving up game, man, with the whole shooter thing and all that, and the whole Nipsey. That was game, fam.
Hey, man, you know how we do. This story, I'm going to keep it, like, kind of low profile because, you know, I want you guys to know in the industry, like, people are groupies when they meet different people. They, even men, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But me, I always was on some cocky type of thing. I had it back
you were
in
the
day.
Vegas Don,
yeah,
dude.
I had my attitude still crazy, but back then it was like Floyd Mayweather plus Floyd Mayweather. We both had the same kind of attitude.
Yeah.
But I'm going to different individuals who I met in the industry and how I met them. One of the first individuals who I met in the industry was Russell Simmons.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It was the Magic Show out here. The Magic Show is a clothing convention where all of the clothing lines come here and sell a product, and you can purchase or their orders with them or whatnot. And I was filming. I was like one of the first guys to be filming there. So I ended up filming Russell Simmons, Booyah Tribe. What's his name?
You said the Booyah Tribe.
Yeah,
I haven't
Booyah
heard their names in a minute,
it was
man.
Booyah Tribe. They had like Master P now. It was like phenomenal for me to just be able to interview these different kind of people, you know. And then when I went on my first tour, it was the Dirty South tour, and we went to Mississippi, we went to Louisiana, we went to Atlanta. But when we hit Atlanta, my homegirl Gina, who helped put all of this together, I had been trying to get with Spice One out here, and Spice One really wouldn't get with me. Whatever. We go to Atlanta, and he was like, "Yeah, Spice One said he wanted to track with you." I'm like, "What?" So I met Spice One just on a humbug, touring out in Atlanta, smoking Big Buds, you know, and we did our track. It was something pimping track. Right. And then I met KRS-ONE through Grant Parks, my people in Chicago.
Boogie Down Production.
Yeah, I met them, and I never forget. He was like, "Oh, you rap? Well, bust a rhyme." And I was like, "No, I was like, really? I look at it now like I'm crazy as hell.
Yeah, you should have busted that rhyme, dude.
It's because back then I really didn't.
So why didn't you bust?
Because I really didn't freestyle, and I really wasn't. I was more into having the girls and hustling than I was rapping. Rapping was like my side thing. You know what I'm saying? So when I met KRS-ONE, it was with Grant Parks and you know, and their whole crew. And I was like, dang, that's pretty cool. You know, I met Grant Parks, and I met KRS-ONE, and he was real cool. He performed. It was at one of these casinos. And then I met SUGE KNIGHT, right?
Hold on, you met SUGE KNIGHT?
And I interviewed him.
Wow.
So I met SUGE KNIGHT. Yeah, I met SUGE KNIGHT. We were at this nightclub. I think it was maybe, where was it at? It was Mandalay Bay. So I met SUGE KNIGHT there, and he was sitting there smoking a big ass cigar. Right. And he was with Corrupt.
Size of your arm and shit.
Right. Because Corrupt didn't leave like Daz and everybody. He stayed with Death Row. And so Daz and SUGE was together. Okay. And I interviewed both of them, and it was like crazy. SUGE was fucked up.
So how old?
It was maybe like 2003. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I interviewed SUGE KNIGHT and Corrupt, and it was just wild, you know, when I did it, because we was like drunk.
Like, was he grimy and shit? Like, how was he?
He was cool? Grimy, but he was cool.
He was a nice guy?
Like, yeah, he knew.
Like
it
I'll
seemed
split
like,
your head and then like put roses on top of it.
Right. It seemed like street cats, no street cats.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Game recognized game.
Right.
All day.
So then, who I really liked interviewing when I got the chance to was Outkast, Big Boy, you know, and Andre 3000. It was
Andre
like
3 Stacks, baby.
Man, that was like they were cool. They was debuting their clothing line.
Oh wow.
And they had he had the big fur on, and Andre 3000 was talking. It was like, I'm gonna get into my last person who I met who I enjoyed being around was Snoop Dogg.
Oh man,
Snoop
that's
Dogg
dope. Yeah.
is G Freezy. My homegirl G Freezy was with Bishop Don Juan, and she was in LA, and she was like, we driving to Vegas. It's Bishop Don Juan birthday. We was Snoop and the football team, and he wanted to meet you and the Straw Girls. And I was like, I said, oh, serious?
Straw Girls.
Yeah, okay. So I'm like, yeah, right. She was Snoop, you know? So she comes here, and it's like probably midnight. And she calls me. She like, yeah, what's up? You here at the Bellagio? I was like, no, I'm gonna be at the Bellagio. She said, motherfucker, I told you I was with Snoop. We up here waiting on you. So me and the Straw Girls get dressed. We go to the Bellagio. Boom. Snoop now I'm down there with the tour bus with his whole football team, whatever.
Right.
And they was like, yeah, you and the Straw Girls could perform. You know what I'm saying? It's Bishop Don birthday party.
Wow.
So we go to the Bellagio, to the club. They wouldn't let us in because I'm in Nikes and Jordans, and all of the football team he had was in Jordans. So they was like, no. So what if you Snoop? Nope, nobody's getting in. So then we was like, okay, and Snoop said, forget it. We gonna go to across the street to the Parish and go in there. So we walking in the big entourage and walking across the street from the Bellagio to Paris. We get to Paris and they let us in. Right. We go there, they didn't have any mics or anything, and so we ended up not performing. Right. But one of the Straw Girls got drunk and was popping pills, throwing drinks on people, and I ended up telling her to get the hell up out of here, man. Right? And she ended up leaving us. It was just a horror story after that. Yeah. But it was cool meeting Snoop and his crew, you know what I'm saying? Because who would have thought I met Snoop just through a homegirl, and we just like, what's up, man? You know, we didn't get into anything in depth. Yeah. Because my ego, like I told you back then,
he was already on the star status.
Yeah.
Hip Hop 101?
Yeah. Hey, this episode right now with Hip Hop 101, we're going to speak on ghostwriting, because it's a lot of talk about who writes their stuff. Like Nicki Minaj, she was talking about Cardi B having a ghostwriter. Right. Yeah. But do Cardi B write her stuff or not?
I don't know, man. I don't want to be the one to say that.
Me either. I don't want either. But Gucci Man, he ghost wrote for R. Kelly. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the song Superman with OJ and R. Kelly.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, if you listen to it in the background, you probably hear Gucci Man saying, yeah. We have Dre. Dr. Dre has Snoop Dogg. He had Snoop.
Dr. Dre wrote for Snoop, or Snoop wrote for Dre?
Dr. Dre had Snoop Dogg ghostwriting for him, Jay-Z ghostwriting for him, and Eminem ghostwriting for him.
Wow.
Big. Nas, they say Nas ghost wrote on a few tracks, but they didn't really give any names. Kanye ghost wrote for Mace. Did you know that?
Wow.
Yes.
I know that.
Kendrick Lamar ghost wrote for Game, Lupe, and Dr. Dre.
Wow. Well, why can't Game sell no records? Oops, I'm sorry.
Oh, man, there you go. Low blow. Because he older.
I love what you represent.
Game, I like Game too. He gangster.
You know I'm a smart ass.
You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I met Game. Yeah, he pretty cool.
Good dude.
Doug, what do you think? That's what I'm gonna ask you. What do you think about, like, say for instance, if I had ghost writers and I went platinum, do you think I should be respected in hip hop?
Hip hop, particularly rap, the art form within hip hop called MCing, which turns into rap, right?
Right.
You got your respect on the street, on the corners, right? You got your respect in New York, Philly. Let me not just say New York, but New York, LA, all the big cities from
Vegas.
Back in the 70s and 80s. You guys weren't rapping then.
Heard 'em Bad was.
Who?
Heard 'em Bad.
Who was that?
Heard 'em Bad did the NBA that Curtis Blow did, remade. And he started up.
Oh, what, basketball you mean? He did basketball?
He did that. Google Heard 'em Bad. Hurt 'em Bad also started
know that.
Run DMC and a couple other cats touring.
So he toured with them.
He started them.
Okay, hold on.
He helped start them.
He didn't start them because Russell Simmons.
Russell Simmons started them, but he helped because he was already in the game.
Right.
And he brought them with him.
So he should be considered a Vegas legend when it comes to hip-hop.
He is a Vegas legend. Yeah. But he's in prison right now because murder beef.
Happens like that.
It does.
Anyway, so here it is. You got respect on the streets. You got respect in the clubs by creating your own rhymes, right?
That's true.
That's how you got to be good. That's how you got to have your respect in the neighborhood. So you could be rapping and rhyming and you in a battle and this dude beats you because his rhymes are nicer. He the king of the streets. The problem lies when streets and music business collide. Because remember, the street edict is, yo, I get respect because my rhymes are doper than yours.
Right.
Music business doesn't matter. Who can make the most money?
That's it.
That's all that fucking matters.
Hey,
So that's what the problem is.
So that's it. Let me see if I can spit something that somebody ghost wrote.
Okay, can I make up the beat real quick?
Yeah. Stack my chips, extra clips. My niggas recop cavi sack, then pay my rent. Gangsters hustling that money. Gangsters don't talk cause nothing ain't funny. Baking the chicken, hustling the chicken cause them streets ain't nothing funny.
Yeah.
Gotta get that money, man.
Yeah,
Dimes,
yeah.
dubs, 50s, 100s. Gotta get that money, man. Nicks, grounds, ounces, quarters. Gotta get that money, man. Ounces, pounds of sticky and water. Gotta get that money.
Boom, 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 boom.
Hey, you know who ghost wrote that?
Boom, 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 boom.
Me.
Ah, all right, that was pretty funny there. Hardy, hard.
Change the game.
Hey, I straight have to give AKON much respect. I got a salute to my brother. He's representing Africa and really, he's transformed from USA like iconic rapper / getting out of prison, doing his thing. AKON is building a Wakanda AKON city in Senegal.
Hold on, wait a second. Major boom button on that. Hope that cracked your speakers.
To be completed in 10 years. And it's going to be 100% crypto-based city.
Wow.
It's built on 2,000 acres of land, which was gifted to AKON from the president of Senegal, Mr. Macky Sall. And he's also working on electricity to 600 million people in Africa.
Wow.
So he's basically groundbreaking because nobody really cares about Africa. Nobody gives back to Africa, but they take the riches and the jewels and everything from Africa. And I really can't wait till I'm able to go to Africa so I can kick it with him and understand more about cryptocurrency and pretty much the solar because that's the new thing also.
It really is. And people don't know. If there's one nugget that I can give you regarding the future economy of the world, it's West Africa. West Africa is the new economy. Do your research. China is pouring billions of dollars into West Africa.
Dang.
So the Wakanda thing, you got to understand, guys, you got to look at media, right? And you got to look at movies and you got to look at some of these futuristic kind of shows because what they're doing is they're telling you what's about to happen. So the Wakanda thing is going to happen. Like my daughter, she's going to South Africa. She went before already, and she already said it's damn near like Wakanda now.
It is?
Yes, it is. I'm actually thinking about buying some property in Africa right now.
We can do that?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, we can buy property in Africa.
That's crazy. AKON, salute, like I said to you, man, and much love, and thank you for, looking out. We appreciate you.
This is Politics 101.
We should call it Going to War 101 as we're about to go hard. A little bit about the impeachment thing with Trump right now. And, I'm Trump's okay with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan. I don't agree with the majority of things that he does for this country. And I definitely agree that he should be impeached. But, Robert, you don't feel the same way.
No, I don't.
Why?
Because I feel like every president has did something. For some reason, they're just on his ass because he tweets and he straight out. He's a straight out president.
Wrong.
He talks straight out, even though they say he's a racist. He might have a little racist in him, but at least he tells you in your face.
I mean, look, I respect the guy for
Clinton had it and didn't tell you nothing.
Saying what he feels, but I think all of that is orchestrated as well. But that's not why he's being impeached. He pressured the Ukraine to investigate into the Bidens.
Well, first of all, because you knew that Joe Biden's son was with Ukraine and had a gas company tied to Joe Biden's son.
Okay,
you know
so let me just hit you on this. Okay, so Ivanka Trump, right?
Right.
His daughter is making mad deals in China.
What do China got to do with Ukraine?
Listen to what I'm trying to say, my friend. Okay. Now, sure, there's influence. Joe Biden's brother, there's influence there. But my point is this: it's not illegal for, like Ivanka Trump, she's making mad crazy merchandising deals right now for her product lines, and they're all being done through the Chinese government. Ain't nobody saying shit about that. Shit, Trump doing the same damn thing. Next.
Well, mighty funny to have silence of the year. What did Hunter Biden do for Burisma? So why is he silent?
If Trump would have went through the right channels, if he would have went through the Department of Justice, the DOJ, then they could have subpoenaed, let's say.
It isn't that I like Trump. I agree with some of Trump's ways, but I just feel like America is building this big old impeachment thing to deter all of the other issues that we have in America. We have several issues that just dropped and fell off the planet. You know, like for one, I was mad at Trump for taking all of the welfare and food stamps and stuff from.
Right.
I think they said something about 40-year-olds on up or something. They have to get a job, work 20 hours a week. Okay. Something like so. Yeah. That pissed me off. Yeah. And people were like, yeah, they should do that. It's like, yeah, a lot of people say that, but when you 40 or you 30 and you got 5 kids, who gonna take care of daycare? Who's gonna have your back? And if you don't have a car, how you gonna get there? All these middle class, rich people, high class, upper class, say like, yeah, we get $1 billion in a year. But yeah, who are you hurting with that $1 billion?
Right? They're just trying to take some money out of that department to move it somewhere else. So boom, if we can save $5 billion in Medicare, Medicaid, and food stamps, we'll take that $5 billion and we'll move it over here to the military.
Yeah, but the rich always get richer and the poor get poorer. That's why we have to find a way to mediate that. Like even with taxes, if you poor or middle class, you pay the same as a rich person. Like if I was rich, I would pay more taxes because I wouldn't care. I got the money. But a lot of rich people are cheap. You know what I'm saying?
And you're absolutely right. You vote these guys in office, but at the end of the day, they're not voting for you when it's time for them to represent you. So, you know, the senators, the U.S. representatives, the president, everybody that supposedly represents your neighborhood or your community or your city or your state doesn't always represent you. That's why you gotta research, because democracy says majority wins. It's not about right or wrong. It's about who votes.
Trump, if you get impeached or not,
totally crazy.
Probably ain't gonna be no president that's as straight out as you are too. You are the most straight out president I ever known, and you damn well the most craziest.
He is straight up, man.
Hey, there you have it. We outie. You know what I'm saying? Next week, get ready for the best and wildest thing that's popped off for 2019, hip-hop.
Biggest hip-hop stories and the biggest political stories of 2019. We're going to go down that list on next week's hip-hop show. Hey, man, here comes 2020, fam.
Hey, we ready. It's time to blow up this time.
But the big question is, are y'all ready?
Hey, we out.
Deuces. Catch y'all tomorrow. Hey, catch y'all next week. Hey, make sure you pull us up, Hip Hop Meets Politics on all social media. Follow us, all right?
There you have it.
Here we go.
Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip meets politics. Hip hop, 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 politics. Hip hop politicians. Hip hop politicians. Hip hop politicians. Hip hop politicians. Hip hop, 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 politics. Hip hop, 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 politics. I'm out on chest
Silver State Kid, I'm Robert Strawder, the Vegas Don running for Congress. My platform, raise Nevadans economics, create more jobs, make our communities progress. Elevate our school district, mentoring kids, show them you can come from bottom to the top in politics. See, I'm the voice of the people, from the poor to the rich. You and LB rebels to CSC and graduates. First, start off by lowering taxes. Second, be through affordable care for parents. Third, bring our troops back fighting for nonsense. Fourth, us is DACA with immigrants. See, this hip-hop meets politics, not politics meet hip-hop, but hip-hop meets politics. See, this hip-hop meets politics, not politics meet hip-hop, but hip-hop meets politics.
Hip-hop politician, hip-hop politician, hip-hop politician, hip-hop politician, hip-hop, 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 hip-hop politician, hip-hop, 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 hip-hop politician.
Neither the party's doing enough for the people, so vote for me. I stand for change like Martin Luther had a dream. Black, brown, white, ballin' on the same team. Let's make America America again. Let's start with poverty. Help the homies get jobs, have less murders and robberies. Trump building the wall, hate this land of the free. Treating Mexicans like the Indians and us in slavery. See, this hip hop means politics, stand for diversity. No firearms in school against police brutality. Black on black fatality. No more homeless vets in the streets while the government controlling my democracies. I'm just out here trying to eat, keep my freedom of speech, while crooked politicians selling us out for some G's. My reality, equality, and liberty. But until I get that, I'm like Kaepernick taking the knee. Thank you G.O.D. for this hip-hop.
Hip-hop politician, hip-hop politician, hip-hop politician, hip-hop politician, hip-hop, 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 hip-hop politician, hip-hop, 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 hip-hop politician.
Mr. Strawder.
Yes.
What are you going to do about the education system?
I'm going to spend more money on students and less money on administration fees. And then I'm going to mentor the kids and show them you can come from the bottom to the top.
Quería hacerle una pregunta. En la situación tengo
Hey, amigo,
tío.
we know we speak Espanol.
Well, I'm going to tell you in English.
All right.
So, like in this scenario, this dad brought his family, and they've been here in the United States for the last 20 years.
Okay.
And now with these propositions, they're going to separate them. They're going to disintegrate the family. What are you going to do?
Man, I just feel like if they separated me from my family, I'd go crazy. So I'm against illegal deportation. I'm going to assist DACA and Dreamers program.
Mr. Robert Strawder, I've always voted and supported the Democratic Party. My mother and father, even my grandmother and my grandfather have always voted and supported the Democratic Party. So if you're not a candidate for the Democratic Party and you're not a Republican, then what's the party and what's their policy are you actually asking the people to stand for?
Well, I'm a libertarian, and we stand for freedom, justice, equality, and liberty for all. Less government control and more freedom of choice. That's what we stand for. Matter of fact, Google it. Google it for yourself and get that info.